Ooh, this is not a good angle of my bedroom right now. It looks like it's really messy, but I promise you my bedroom is not this messy. Well, no, it probably is this messy. So I'm doing this video live, not because I think anybody will be watching right now, but because I feel like if I don't do it live, I will lose all nerve in what I've come here to do, which is, hey guys, which is to kind of share something with you guys that I've been hiding for quite some time now. Trying to think, like 3 years now. Hi guys. Oh, I love you too. No, I'm not talking about farting. So I just gonna say it. So I got a breast augmentation years ago, and some of you guys noticed, some of you guys didn't. Although most people who actually would comment and say these, say things are most of the people who would comment and ask me point blank, about it, didn't actually even notice until like over a year after I'd gotten it done. And yeah, so that's that. Hi, Little Mix. I got a breast augmentation years ago. I was not ever planning on sharing this on YouTube, let alone this way. The only people who know are my mom, my husband, and a handful of my closest friends. That's it. That's all the people who know. Even when I had it done, I think I only told John and my mom and my sisters. Nobody else knew. I didn't talk to them prior to getting it done. I didn't, I don't know. I didn't even tell my friends, like even my closest friends. Like, I didn't tell any of them. And it wasn't because I was ashamed. I'm not at all. Like, I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed. But it was more of because, A, I didn't feel like it was anybody's business what I do to my body. But B, because I really struggled with, what my actions or the things that I do to my body, what kind of message that would send to my daughters. I don't ever want my girls to feel like they need to change the way that they look to fit in. And I didn't want me getting it done to affect my oldest daughter who's a teenager. And thinking about those kinds of things, I didn't want her to feel like she needed to get it done. If she gets older and she decides, hey mom, I'm really unhappy, will you support me in getting my boobs done? I will be completely supportive of her, 100%. I've always said that. No matter what direction my kids want to take, whether they're gay, straight, female, male, whatever life, brings for them, I will always be supportive of them, but I didn't want my actions to affect their decisions whatsoever. So that was the biggest reason why I didn't want to tell anybody. I also wanted it to just be my thing. I didn't want to share it online because I knew people would be like, oh, can you document it? Can you tell us how it went and this and that? Because I document everything, But it wasn't I don't feel like that's always healthy to share stuff like that. I don't want to be or ever be the reason why somebody feels like they need to change the way that they look. And so I felt like by documenting it, I added to the already oversaturated breast augmentation videos that are already all over YouTube. And I just didn't want to do that. I also didn't want to have a clickbaity video of like, I got my boobs done before and after. Like, my boobs are my boobs. They're not anybody else's. They're for me. They're for my husband. And I didn't want to share them. a couple years ago, about a year after I'd gotten them done and people, started noticing, a lot of you guys were asking, not a lot, like maybe 5 people kept hounding me over and over again. Like, I know you got your boobs done. Just admit it, this and that. And I didn't respond to those. I wore this bra. This is what started off. I wore a bra. It was the no, it wasn't a Victoria's Secret. It was a pink bra, basically Victoria's Secret. And it was a huge push-up bra. Like, I mean, it made my boobs look banging and up and everything. And it was the first time that I really showed them off just in general. I'm not a very like flashy person. I'm pretty conservative in a lot of ways in regards to my body. Like I said, it's my body. It's not anybody else's. I'm happily married. I'm not trying to get attention from anybody else. I wore this bra just to be, just to feel good about myself, to just really, feel good, and it pushed my boobs up and it made them look great, and y'all noticed. And it was after that people were like, oh my God, what bra are you wearing? Or did you get your boobs done? And for me, it was difficult because in that video, it was a combination of the two. Yeah, I got my boobs done, but also the bra was really what made my boobs look that good. Even if I had my old boobs, they would have looked amazing in this bra. So I tried to, as carefully as possible, respond back to those comments because I wanted these people to know about this amazing bra, but at the same time I wasn't ready to talk about my boobs and my breast augmentation. Sorry, this is live, so it's not going to be very eloquent. I tried to handle that situation as best as I could, and I probably didn't, because then I was pegged as a liar by a few of these people, and they harassed me and whatever. And that was like 2 years ago. That didn't make me change my mind, like, oh, I need to tell everybody now. That didn't affect that, but it was one of those things where I felt like a liar. I was like, you guys know me. I want to share everything with you. I do, and I've shared everything, short of sharing Ava with you guys, because Ava is, like I've explained, is at a sensitive age. I've shared my kids less and less here. I don't share, her father. I don't share anything that has to do with my, family that doesn't want to be on camera. I don't share other people's kids who don't want on camera. But I share everything about me. So not being able to share this was really hard for me. It wasn't an easy decision. It was just something that I felt like I wanted to keep to myself, But then after I was kind of pegged a liar for how I responded to those comments, it really started dragging me down, because that's just not who I want to be. That's not who I am. And I know nobody else matters but me and, the people I love and who love me. But you guys have to understand that a huge part of my heart loves you guys. And I wouldn't be here without you guys. I wouldn't have the things that I have without you guys. So then this isn't because I feel like I'm obligated to share this with you. It's that you guys, a lot of you, feel like family to me, and I want to share it with you now. I want to be completely open. I don't want to feel this weight on my shoulders anymore of hiding this thing that I'm not ashamed of. So the way this all came about, because this is the only video I'm going to make about this. I'm not going to be making a bunch of breast, I need to call it the right thing, breast augmentation. I'm not going to be making a bunch of breast augmentation videos, because again, I don't want this to be sensationalized. I don't want breast augmentation to be treated so flippantly. Like, it's a serious thing. So this is the only video I'm going to make. So I want to answer as many questions as possible. I want to tell you guys kind of the whole process and where it came from. But for right now, I'm going to kind of talk about why I decided to do it and why I decided to do it when I did. And then I'll answer some questions. So right now, I'm not going to look at comments because I just want to get through this. So the year that I moved in with my parents, when our family moved in there, when we decided that we were going to sell our house, my dad had moved to New Mexico, as you guys know, for a job for 2 years, and my mom was left alone in this huge house that I grew up in. She wasn't ready to retire yet, and she couldn't move out there with him, so we agreed to come live with her to help her take care of her house. We also thought, that would be a good time for us to transition into getting a new house. We could fix up this house while we were there. and then sell it and not have to deal with the toys everywhere and mess and all of that while living in the house and trying to sell it. So during that time, as you guys know, I was really depressed back then because after I donated eggs to Lisa, which that's another thing that I'm just not going to talk about, that situation. I've already answered that question numerous times about our relationship now and where it stands, but that's something that involves somebody else, so that's not for me to share. I'm just, yeah, I made the right decision for my family to step away from a relationship that was making me unhappy, and that's that. But John's walking up the stairs if I get interrupted. He doesn't know I'm making this video, so this is, yeah. I was really depressed because I had gained about, I want to say a good 35 pounds. If you guys remember some of the pictures I showed you, I wasn't posting a whole lot, and I said that it was because, you know, I was at my parents' house and blah, blah, this and that was part of it. But a lot of it was also because I, again, was very unhappy with the way I looked. I had gained a lot of weight after the egg donation. After I donated eggs, my endometriosis got a lot worse, and I had to be put back on Lupron and Depo-Provera, and the Depo-Provera made me gain a ton of weight, which was not gonna ever stop unless I stopped the Depo-Provera. But I needed to find a solution for my endometriosis before I got off the Depo-Provera. So anyways, I gained a ton of weight. I was really depressed, not happy with the way I felt, the way that I looked. And yeah, so I went on this mission to lose weight. I was like, I'm gonna lose this weight. I can't live like this anymore. I want to lose this weight. And I did. I started kickboxing, I started yoga, I started running, and I lost it, and I felt so good about myself. But then after I lost the weight, because of all the hormones and the weight fluctuation, my boobs just like, I mean, I know it's the same old story, right? But my boobs just were gone. And I've never had the issue of saggy breasts. I've been very lucky that my boobs have always been perky and cute. I was a 32B in Victoria's Secret's bras prior to my breast augmentation. They've always just sat nicely. Even after all three of my babies, they never sagged. And I felt, you know, I still, you know, I'm very thankful for that. But what ended up happening was when I lost the weight mixed with all of the hormones in my body, my boobs literally became like concaved. Like my nipples started just going inwards. And I just felt so unhappy with it. Just the situation. I felt very unattractive to my husband, even though he never said that and never treated me that way, but it just was my own thing. I just felt horrible about myself. I wasn't fitting into my bras. I wasn't fitting into my clothing that I had prior, you know, and that I previously fit into. And I was just really, really sad. You know, I worked all this, you know, hard work into losing this weight, and then in return, I lost part of my femininity, I felt like. So, you know, and part of that also could be because of all the progesterone I was on. I was also on some testosterone for a little bit to even out my calcium loss when I was on Lupron, again, due to the egg donation. But anyways, that's what kind of got me to finally get to this point of like, okay, I think I want to do this. The things that originally stood in my way from ever getting a breast augmentation prior were things like, am I going to have more babies? And also the fear of surgery itself. Also, how do I take care of 3 kids while my husband's working like crazy and I'm home by myself? How do I do all of those things? Well, when the time was that I was living with my mom, and my mom's known my struggle with my weight and the boobs and all of those issues while they were happening. So she was fully supportive. She's a nurse practitioner, OBGYN, or was before she retired. She's seen tons of boobs, and she was 100% like, do it, Kelly. If it makes you happy, do it. You know, just, you can't spend the rest of your life unhappy over something that can be fixed so simply. So with that out of the way, because I needed my mom's support, and John's always been whatever you want, you know, that out of the way, and talking to my sisters because they're also very important to me too, I then came to the, well, I'm scared of surgery. What if something goes wrong? What if I'm being selfish and doing this thing and I die during surgery? Or, you know, something, you know, all of those things come to my mind because I'm paranoid and I have anxiety and all of that. Well, I had a long talk with my mom and John, and they pointed out that I had just completed an egg donation the year prior that was more dangerous because I was putting so many different toxic things in my body to produce more eggs. I almost bled out or had this bleeding issue when they went in to go get the eggs. You know, there were all these things that were dangerous about that procedure, but I still did it and I didn't get anything out of it. I did it for somebody else. So why was I stopping myself from doing this procedure that, you know, could make me feel whole again? So that helped with my decision in regards to, like, you know, being scared and all of that. And then the fact that I lived with my mom at the time, or we all lived with my mom, and her saying, Kelly, I'm here to help you with the dog, with the kids. I'm here to help you. So I did it over a weekend. My mom at the time had Fridays off, so I had it done on a Thursday. John took that day off, of course, and then Friday he went back to work, and my mom took care of me Friday and helped with the kids Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then by Monday I was back to driving again and taking care of the kids and the dog and all of that. In regards to the surgery itself, I didn't have I don't feel like I had a terrible experience. I do really well with general anesthesia, so I didn't throw up or feel sick or anything like that. I was very tired. I was very swollen. I woke up and kind of looked down and thought, oh my God, what have I done? They're huge. And then I realized, oh, they're just very, very swollen. I have an inflammation issue, so no matter what I do, I'm inflamed everywhere all the time. So of course surgery would make that worse. I was told I couldn't take ibuprofen during that time that I had the surgery, so I took that as I can't ever take it, which in reality he meant I just couldn't take it within 24 hours of the surgery. So the inflammation stuck around for a lot, and that's what was most painful for me. I didn't really feel like the stretching or anything like that because my skin was pretty stretched out from already having bigger boobs and then them shrinking down. I had under the muscle done. I had silicone done. My choice to have silicone versus saline was because I talked to my plastic surgeon a lot, and he assured me that even if the silicone somehow had some type of leak, which was very, very, very rare, it wouldn't leak out because it's a gel. It wouldn't just leak out. I would have time to be able to have it removed and fixed and all of that. Whereas saline, if there's a leak or a rupture, you just flatten, and then you don't have time to say, okay, well, I need to have this replaced. I'll wait a couple weeks or whatever. So that was just a personal choice for me. So I got the silicone. I did under the muscle because I don't really know why I chose under the muscle. I think it was just because I felt like it would be more natural looking and less likely to sag over time because of the weight. I got round implants, moderate. I didn't want really high up ones. These, like I said, I didn't want my boobs to show off to people. I wanted them for me. I wanted to feel more feminine. I asked for a sporty look. I showed him a picture of what I looked like prior, and I said, I just want this back again. I want to feel fuller. I want this back, but maybe a little bit better. So that's what he basically did. I really do love them. My right breast, let me get back, sorry, I'm so out of sorts because I'm doing this live. Back to the healing process, because they were under the muscle, of course there's achiness. I couldn't really lift my arms a lot or lift my kids or 25 pounds or pull or any of those things. Once I took the ibuprofen after my first checkup, oh my God, all the pain went away. The inflammation is really what sucks the most. I also opted to have the lymphatic massage as part of my package deal. It sounds like a car salesmanship, but that's honestly, they package these things up and they're like, this is how much it's going to cost. And what that did was I had a session of like 6 massages after to help kind of do a lymphatic massage underneath my armpits and up here to kind of get the fluid to release, to heal faster. And I feel like it did help me heal faster. I was pretty much back to myself after about like a week. I would have been back to myself sooner had I known I could take ibuprofen. I was very sleepy. If anything, I was just very sleepy. But yeah, I feel like the surgery and the healing process were super uneventful. So I just didn't feel like documenting it. It's just like, it's just something I wanted to do for myself, and I was just doing it for myself. So, yeah, so I'm not quite sure what my CCs are. I feel like everybody who I talk to is like, what were your CCs? What were your CCs? It doesn't matter what my CCs are. You know why? Because my friend Sam's got less CCs than me, but she looks way bigger than me. And it's because she's just got a different frame than me. She has a different kind of implant than me. We actually got ours done within the same few weeks of each other. I didn't tell her about mine, however, because I didn't tell anybody. I didn't want to tell anybody. She was also going through a lot on her end of the country. So she didn't know I was getting mine done. I didn't know she was getting hers done. And then it just kind of, yeah. So actually, I don't think I even told her until a couple months after I got mine done. And she was like, oh, I wouldn't have even noticed. So yeah. How long do you have to do the droning? I don't know what that means. But anyways, if I am babbling, it's because this is my video and I'm doing this live and I'm allowed to. Just FYI. Sorry, I get really annoyed when people try to like tell me how to live my life, and with these videos, it's just like, yeah. What was I gonna say? Anyways, yeah. So healing process was uneventful. CCs don't matter. Like I said, I have more CCs than some of my friends, and their boobs look way bigger just because they've got a tinier frame. I have I'm very broad shoulders, as you guys have noticed. I can't, like, taking off sports bras, even though they fit me correctly, is like a workout in itself. I always pull a muscle in my shoulders, because I'm like, you know. So because of that, because I have round, because I have moderate, they kind of sit and are spread out, so they don't protrude. They're not like protruding or like in your face. They're just nice. They're just nice boobs that are the right size and fit for my body. You know, a lot of people who I've talked to, who I've finally told, some of my close friends, are like, I wouldn't have even noticed. So. And that's kind of how I wanted it. I wanted people to not notice. I didn't want them in people's faces. I wanted them to fill out my clothes that I already owned. I wanted them to make me feel more sexy to my husband. Not him to be more attracted to me, but for me to feel sexy, you know? And I gotta say, they've helped with my sex life a lot. And again, not because he likes them more, because he loved both sets. It's because I feel so much more confident in my body and my skin. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, when I had this conversation with my sister-in-law about, because I really needed my sister's, not approval, but blessings. I don't know why, but they're just important to me. And, you know, the first thing my sister-in-law said is, you know, I would never judge a transgender person for wanting to have, you know, their orientation physically changed because it would make them happy. So why would I judge you for wanting to change this about you because it will make you happy? And that's kind of how I feel too, you know? So I'm not hurting anybody with them. If anything, I was the only one hurt because I had to go through this procedure. But yeah, that's the thing that I've been hiding from you guys, and the thing that that's been like weighing so heavy on me. Because again, I never want you guys to feel like I'm lying to you. I never want you to feel that way, because you all mean so much to me. And yeah, and again, I was not feeling like myself. The longer I've been like keeping it to myself, the longer I've just not been feeling like I've been myself. And it's just because who I am is somebody who shares everything. And when I am constantly filming and not sharing everything, I don't feel like myself. So anyways, that's that. Another reason why I didn't want to share, and this is just completely random, and again, it's not because I'm like ashamed and I don't care, but also I wanted to make sure that when I did share, if I ever shared, it didn't affect my kids negatively. I have a lot of people in my real life who watch my videos. This is, you know, my dad doesn't know that I got it done. My family members don't know. The only people who know literally are now all of you who've been watching, my husband, maybe 4 of my best friends, and my sisters and my mom. Those are the only people who knew. So I didn't want it to negatively affect them by, you know, having teachers watching these videos, or you know, my mailman or our nosy across the street neighbors who watch my videos. You know, I didn't want it, you know, I'm on the PTO, I coach soccer. I don't know why, but for me it was just like I wanted to protect myself and my family. So, yeah, that's that. That's that. Yeah. And again, I don't want people to see this video and say, now I need to go run out and get a boob job, or I'm not perfect because I don't have my boobs done. Because my boobs still aren't perfect, guys. Even though I feel happy with what I had done, I have keloids all across my scar on my left boob. I knew that was going to be a possibility because I am darker skinned, my ethnicity, all of those things. But my right scar has healed so well. I had under boob incisions because I didn't want my nipples to be affected. I also didn't want the scars underneath my armpits because, again, I knew that keloids and dark scarring were a possibility. And my right scar has really healed well, but my left one is ugly as hell. It's bumpy, it's got keloids, it's dark, it's uneven. It's not pretty, but again, I'm the only one who sees it. My husband's the only one who sees it, and that's all that matters, and we don't care. But my boobs are not perfect. My right one is actually still smaller than my left, even though I had plastic surgery done. You know, you'd think, oh, you can get them to be even and be identical. Nope, that's not how it works all the time. Like, even though I have different CCs in both boobs because one was already smaller or bigger than the other, one's still smaller than the other. So I still have all these imperfections. My boobs have not made me perfect. They've not made me more beautiful, I don't feel like, but they've made me feel more comfortable in my skin and the clothes that I have and in the bedroom with my husband. And that's all that matters. So I don't want people to watch this and think like, oh, if I get my boobs done, it's going to change my life, because it's not going to necessarily change your life. I'm still unhappy about other things. You know, I have so many rolls in my stomach, it's not even funny. I still have to run and work out like crazy to maintain the weight that I'm at, which is still, I'm 130 pounds, which that's how much I weighed when I was 8 months pregnant with Kaya, guys. Like, so I'm still on the heavier side. But I have to work for all of that. It's not like you get plastic surgery and like you're instantly beautiful or you're instantly a model. That's not how it works. So, yeah, I'm still me. I'm still normal. I still don't wash my hair for 3 days. I still have a messy room. I still work my ass off to stay healthy and work out. And I still love my family the way that I've always loved them and my friends. And I'm still me. And I just want you guys to understand that and still see me as me. And I didn't want me changing a physical aspect of my body using plastic surgery to change the way that you guys look at me. So there it is. It's all out. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. And for anybody who I may be offended or got butthurt about me not fessing up to them sooner and saying that it was my bra, it was my bra. I'll go get it. It was this bra that made my boobs look so amazing, which I stopped wearing it because I was sick of people asking and me having to lie about it. But it was this bra. It added like 3 cup sizes and boosted them up. And I just wanted people to at least be able to know that this bra existed, which this is the pink push-up racerback bra. I think the racerback thing is what makes them look so good. But for everybody who got butthurt about that, I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention. My intention was seriously just to be able to like tell you, yes, it was the bra, but also, you know, not have to share something that I wasn't ready to share. I feel so much better right now. I don't think you guys understand how like much pressure I've felt, like not being able to just like talk to you guys about this. Oh God. I feel... Nuna's obviously concerned about how my hair smells right now. Oh God. But yeah, I feel, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. So before I was a 32B in Victoria's Secret, and now I am technically a 28F, which is actually a 32 double D. And I know it sounds huge, but I swear if you meet me in person, a lot of you guys already have at that meetup and other meetups, I'm not really that huge. Again, it's all just how proportionate it is to your body. And mine just kind of flattened and spread out into my chest cavity. So anyways, they don't look big unless I like, you know, push them up together, which I don't really do a lot. Anyways, okay, so now I haven't been reading all of these comments, but I appreciate any nice ones, any mean ones. You know, honestly, fuck you, I don't care. I don't anymore. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the questions. So if you guys have questions about them, now is the time, because again, I'm not going to answer them in the comments in future videos unless I feel up to it, and I'm not going to keep making these videos. So, okay. How much did they cost? So this, I feel like, is if I missed your question because I'm answering another one and I'm looking at you and not the comments, just leave it again once I finish this one, answering this one. But I feel like cost is all relative. I watched a ton of YouTube videos prior to getting my surgery done, and they were not helpful whatsoever to me because everybody had a different healing experience. Everybody's boobs ended up looking different or feeling different. Sizes were all relative because, like I said, it doesn't matter how much cc's you have, which is the fluid or silicone that you have in your breast, because they will feel and look different and be a different bra size for everybody. So none of that really was helpful. Cost, like I said, was not helpful watching these videos because there were some people who paid $12,000 for theirs or like $3,000, and that's a huge gap in my mind. And it depends on where you are, who's doing your surgery, and what time of year, sadly, as well. There are different seasons where plastic surgery is more desirable, like the winter, which is when I got mine done, or, you know, not the summer because people want to show off their plastic surgery. So, you know, depending on where you go and when you go, prices can range. Mine were, if I, off the top of my hand, and I'm just going to tell you guys because why not? Mine were, I believe, $6,000. And that was with everything included. That was with my follow-up appointments. That was with my lymphatic massage at the spa that was attached to the surgeon's office. That was everything. They sent me home with a broad heal-in, all of those different things. That covered my antibiotics and my prescription drugs, everything. So I feel like that was a solid amount. Like, it wasn't too high, it wasn't too low. It was with a really good surgeon that actually did plastic surgery for a family member of mine who needed it for medical reasons. So yeah, he had great reviews, and like I said, I'm very happy with my boobs. You know, the scar's a little bit of an issue, but again, that was unavoidable. And I knew that going in, that could have been an issue because of my ethnicity. So it was $6K altogether, and yeah. Anyone else have a question? Pain level and recovery time. Like I said, pain level for me was not too bad. I also have a really high tolerance for pain. I love getting tattoos. I love getting piercings. Unless it's a broken bone. For some reason, pain. Also, I have endometriosis, so I live with pain. My tolerance is quite high now. So for me, there was really minimal pain. If anything, I just had a bunch of inflammation, like I said, which was just swelling up my chest so much that it made everything hard to do, and it made like life suck for a good day or two. Like I said, though, if I would have known that I could have taken my ibuprofen 12 hours after my surgery, I would have been back to normal sooner. But because I thought I wasn't allowed to until my follow-up appointment a day after that, I was miserable for those days. So again, once I started taking ibuprofen, though, and the inflammation went away, I was back to normal, like normal 2 weeks, but I was back to being able to walk around, help with the kids and all of that, and feel better after about 4 days. Again, recovery would have been sooner had I known I could take you know, ibuprofen for the inflammation. I was back to working out 4 weeks after, like weightlifting, all of that. What else? Oh, thanks guys. What did I tell my kids? So another reason why I did it when I did it, other than having my mom's help and all of that, and it financially being the right time and physically and all of that, was because Kaya, this was 3 years ago, so Kaya was quite young still. I knew she wouldn't remember if I chose not to tell my kids at all or anyone. I knew she wouldn't remember if mommy was in bed sick. You know, I have endometriosis. I've had spells where I've been in bed for a week or in the emergency room for a week. So, you know, my kids were kind of used to that. So basically, I just was sick, which technically was not completely a lie to them because I was coming down with something at the time. She kind of just laid in bed with me, didn't really ask a lot of questions, and watched, you know, cartoons with me. And it was only for a couple of days. Ava was at her dad's house, so that wasn't an issue, and I was back to normal by the time she came home. And then Wyatt is Wyatt. You guys know him. He doesn't really ask questions about that kind of stuff. So that's that. Yeah. Next question. I don't know if there's a delay with the comments. Thanks, Floor. Will you go back and read everyone's lovely comments? I will try. Yes, I did it about 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago. It was the summer after my egg donation. So you guys can do that math. Or the year after my egg donation is when I did it. So the year moving in with my parents. We've been in this house 2 years. It was the beginning of the year that we lived with my parents, which we lived with them for a year. So yeah, 3 years ago is when I had it done. I've been really stressed ever since with you guys, as you can tell. It feels really good. No, never. This person asking if I live with my parents, you can go back and watch the video. Is there anything you have to do to keep them up? Like, to keep them up physically? No. Like, I don't wear a bra if I don't have to. But I never wore a bra before either. Like I said, I had my boobs genetically have always sat nice and high. Like, I've never had an issue with that even after kids. In regards to like maintenance over time, my doctor, every doctor says something different, but my doctor was like, no, it's a lie that you have to get them replaced every 10 years. You only have to get them replaced if there's something wrong with them, which if there's something wrong with them, they will check that when you get an MRI, or not MRI, sorry, you know, your what do you call it, breast exams, or you'll notice something else, or I don't know. Basically, you know, you don't have to get them replaced over and over again, is what my doctor told me, which I trusted him, because if he really wanted my business, he'd be like, yeah, you need to come back in 5 years or 10. Thank you, mammograms. You guys are awesome. But no, there's no maintenance really, unless something goes horribly wrong. If, you know, a Final Destination type accident happens and a fire poker gets stuck through my boob. I don't know. But yeah, so there's no maintenance, for me at least. Do you still like the FemiCycle best? Yes, I do. Here's the problem though. I like it and I like my Scoon, so I go back and forth between that one and my Lunette. So it just depends on what kind of period I'm having. I'm going to try to go back to this question. If you keloid, is there a procedure for that, or do you just have to deal with it? Not saying you should. So if you guys aren't familiar with keloids, they happen when scarring happens. So I have 2 of them on the back of my ear. They're not so bad anymore, but I had 2 of them back of my ear. Anytime you pierce your skin, if you're darker skinned, it's usually more of an issue than if you're lighter skinned. Not saying it can't happen to lighter skinned people, but for people of darker skinned ethnicities, you can get keloids, which are just an overbuild of tissue at the healing point. So I have like 4 of them. I have a line, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And yes, I could try to get it like a scar revision done, because my other one's flat and almost is completely gone on my right side. But honestly, I don't care about it. Like I said, my husband finds me attractive with it. I don't care. So there's no point in trying to mess with it. It doesn't bother me. But yes, I guess you could have a scar revision done. A lot of people do that if they have like uneven scars. Oh, thank you guys. The pimple popper. You know, I need the pimple popper to get this sebaceous cyst off my face. So, hey, pimple popper, come over here. Let's see. Is this why I've not been posting as much? Yes, honestly, it has been, because the longer I have taken to kind of share this, the more weight I felt on my shoulders. And like I said, I haven't really been feeling like I could be myself completely with you guys. And if I can't be myself with you, I don't want to film. That's just how I always have been since I started 6 years ago. So yeah, that is why. Did you have draining tubes? No. Apparently that's something, according to my doctor, that is like old school. Like you shouldn't have to have those. The way he does his surgery, like you shouldn't have draining. And I didn't have any leaking. Like the scars healed pretty quickly. I mean, obviously I have one ugly scar, but again, that's just genetics. But I didn't have any draining tubes. I was terrified of that. I asked, I'm like, oh my God, do I have to have these tubes? You know, that was one of my main concerns, and I didn't at all. Yeah, Nuna's a good girl. She just kind of likes to be around. Yeah, any other questions? What gave you the push to do this video? So I sat down and I edited my April favorites video with you guys, and that'll be up tomorrow. I hope you guys all watch it. And I realized, wow, it's been like 2.5 weeks since I've uploaded a video. Why is that? You know, I filmed my whole trip to Virginia for Sam's wedding, and I haven't edited that footage. I haven't even like thought about posting it. And I realized it was because there were a lot of shots where it showed my boobs, and I didn't want to have to dodge questions. I just didn't want to, because I don't like lying, and I don't like not being able to tell you guys the truth. And I just was like, well, I didn't want to post it. And that's kind of how I felt. Like, I'm always like, am I showing too much, this or that? So there's that. And then again, when I was editing my April favorites, I felt miserable. I was just like, I'm not being myself. I'm not living my life to the fullest here or in my real life by hiding it from, you know, random people. Like, I don't know. I wasn't living my best life, and I could tell in my video. And that's when I just was like, I'm fucking sick of this. I'm going to sit down and just tell you guys, because I'm not ashamed of it and I don't care anymore. So, yeah. Can I consider you a friend? Yes, you can. Although I don't have any money to give you, so don't ask me for any money, okay? Just wondering what the news is, just tuning in. Does Ava know now if she does? So she doesn't not know. I think she kind of knows, because she's not stupid, and she's seen my scars. Like, I've not hid them from her. Like, when I'm changing, if she accidentally walks into the bathroom or something like that, you know, I haven't hid it from her. I do tell her she's beautiful all the time, and I've always been open with her, because she has talked about her chest size. And I have said, you know, don't worry, you have time for them to come in, that kind of thing. And if they don't, like, you know, just don't worry about it. And then worry about it when you're older, kind of thing. And that's how I honestly feel. If she wants to come and talk to me about it and ask me, woman to woman, I will say, yes, I have had this done. And, you know, I will support you when you turn 18 if that's something that you want done, but I don't want you to feel like it defines you. I waited until I was almost 30 after I had 3 kids, which I will highly encourage her. Have your kids first. Do all those things first. And then if you feel the same way, then do it. You know, why waste the time and money if you're just gonna, you know, possibly destroy them, you know? I'll tell her the same things. You know, I waited and I made sure it was something that I really wanted, and I had a supportive husband who loved me for me and not my body, you know? I waited till I had all of that before I made such a huge commitment and change to myself. So I hope that she still respects me. I've always been open with her, and she has with me, so I don't think it should be an issue, but I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get to it with her. But yeah. Are there any more questions? I don't want this video going too long, but I'll stay here as long as you guys want to listen. Any cons to it post-surgery? Again, just the keloids. That's the only con, but honestly, I don't really care about them. I do, you know what, here's the thing. I can lay on my stomach still, which is nice, because I was afraid that I never would. That's why I didn't want them huge, was I wanted to still be able to sleep on my stomach, but I can definitely feel the implants. Like, they never feel natural. Like, I don't know, all these people are like, oh, your boobs feel so natural. To you, they're never going to, because you can always feel them. Like, when you are moving in them, you can feel the bag or the implant. At least I can, because I didn't have a ton of breast tissue to work with. I had the skin, but not the breast tissue. They are not hard, though. They are nice and soft and firm at the same time. They feel nice, but you yourself can always feel them. So, like, when I shift at night, or when I'm moving them around, I can feel them, which to some people might bother them, but for me, I've gotten used to it. And again, it's just like, I know they're not mine, so why would I, you know, of course it's gonna feel like something. Yeah, Aftercare, I had to wear a zip-up front bra that was not under, or anything that wasn't underwire I had to. So the zip-up front bras were the best for me. I had to make sure to put ointment like on my scars and stuff. I wasn't allowed to lift more than 20-something pounds for a while. That kind of thing. No heavy exertion, that kind of thing. Yes, I have a period video coming up, so don't worry about that. Let's see, what else? Yeah, John did peek in. He doesn't know I'm making this video, so this will be huge for him too. Oh, thanks guys. Let's see. Did my nipples stretch out? No, they did not. So I pride myself on the fact that I've always had, I feel like, nice boobs. My husband would agree. They're just littler, you know, they're just smaller. But again, after the egg donation and my weight fluctuation, all those hormones, for some reason, they went from like this shape to this shape, like literally concaved, and the nipple went in. So my nipple did not stretch out whatsoever. They're still just a nice size and shape and everything, and they look really nice. I'm not gonna lie, they look really nice, so I really like them. I mean, I hope you should, right? Let's see. How would you feel if you overheard your husband telling someone that he couldn't stand what he has to look at once you take your clothes off? I would probably feel really shitty, but I don't think that would ever happen because I married a man who loves me for me and all of me. So I can't really answer that hypothetical question because it's not even in the realm of possibility that my husband would ever say those things about me to anyone or feel that way. Just like I love every physical aspect of him, he loves every physical aspect about me. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would feel terrible, but I don't really feel like that would ever happen. Yeah. Anyways, is there any more questions? If not, I think I'll go. Nipple sensitivity. I did not have any nipple sensitivity or issues, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I had the under boob incision and not in the nipple, because I like my nipples feeling stuff, so that was not even an option for me. I was like, nope, I did not want to do that. So video raising a preteen. Oh girl, if you have any advice on that, I'd love to hear it. Maybe we can have an open conversation about that in another live video. That would be fun. How to handle your preteen hormones. Yeah, let's see. Breastfeeding shrinks them. Is that true? Mine did not change. My boobs and nipples really just fluctuate. My boobs fluctuated size-wise, but my nipples never changed throughout anything that I've put my body through. Let's see. Oh, I love you too. Thank you. I feel so much better right now. Oh my gosh. Does a bathing top cover the scar? Yes. So, my doctor, a lot of doctors like try to put the scar right where like your bra or, you know, where the crease is to hide them. But my doctor actually applied the scars a little bit higher. They're still under my boob, but they're a little bit higher. So that way, if I ever raised my arms in a bathing suit and my bathing suit kind of crept up where my crease was, you still wouldn't be able to see the scar. So I appreciated that forethought in his mind because it just makes it so that I don't have to worry about, you know, if I'm like in a bathing suit kind of thing. Yeah. But I guess that's just something you talk to your plastic surgeon about, you know, where the scar is placed or the incision's placed, that kind of thing. Yeah, no, he was a good doctor. Wine with tweens. Yes, that would be an awesome. Yes, we will do that. Maybe we can do that next weekend. When could you wear a bra again? So like I said, you had to wear like a non-underwire bra. I believe it was like 4 to 8 weeks, maybe. I don't know. Again, it's all relative because every doctor's different with their aftercare instructions. I had friends who were like, sorry about that. Oh, now I'm falling. Okay, there we go. I have you rested on my jewelry box. I know it's so professional. I'm using my phone. So, oh God, I can't get it to stay. Okay, there we go. I feel like the bra question is difficult because all doctors have a different aftercare regimen. Some doctors say like you can wear an underwire as soon as this or that kind of thing. So I don't really know if this answer will be helpful to you, but I was allowed to wear them, I think, like 8 weeks after. I really honestly didn't want to though, because they're kind of uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. I love my Third Love bras, but like big bra underwire, like Victoria's Secret, became a little bit more uncomfortable, but I didn't really need them. I really love sports bras, that kind of thing, bralettes, and honestly, I just like not wearing bras. But yeah, so you can go back to wearing underwire, you know, between a month to 2 months, I believe. Do they keep growing? Yes. So your boobs never stop changing. Here's the thing. Your boobs never stop changing. They're made out of fat, right? So the fatter you get, some women are really lucky that all the fat goes to their boobs. Me, my fat goes to my face and my arms. It drives me insane. I'm a size 0, but my arms, you can even ask the bridesmaids. We all were like, how do we make our arms look thin? In the pictures 2 weeks ago. Your boobs are always changing because your weight fluctuates and that kind of thing. My boobs, actually, I'm happy I got my augmentation when I did, because the more fit I've gotten and the more weight I've lost over the last 3 years of getting them done, the smaller I got, and they were a lot fluffier back when I first got them done, but I've also lost another 15 pounds since then, and replaced that with muscle. So my boobs have gotten smaller, but it's nice because they can't get any smaller than the implants. Yeah. Any more questions? Sorry, this is gonna be a long video for some of you just joining us. Any tips on going without a bra? You know, I don't have any tips. I asked on my Facebook fan page a while ago. I asked, you know, how do people feel about people going braless? Because I freaking hate wearing a bra. I hate it. I don't have one on right now. I hate it. And I used to be really ashamed of my nipples, but now I just don't care. I used to breastfeed all the time in public. I don't really care anymore. I'm too old to spend the rest of my, I'm too young and too old to care and spend the rest of my life worrying about what other people think about my boobs and what I do with them and what I wear. So I've asked tons of people in my personal life, like, do you care if you see a nipple? And I was like, no, there's nipples. So yeah, my advice would just be to not care, or if you really don't want to wear a bra and you don't want your nipples showing, pasties. They're amazing. I love my pasties. Are you going to have surgery if you breastfeed too much? Wait, are you going to have surgery if you breastfeed too much? I don't really know what that question means, because no, you don't ever have to have surgery, period, unless you want to. Will you try the Ziggy cup for your next period video? You know, I have a hard time wanting to work with Intimina again because they're kind of a-holes. Not that I'm like brand hungry or money hungry. I mean, money's nice, let's not lie. And this is work for me to spend hours editing and producing and all of that. Intimina's had numerous campaigns for their period cups, like numerous ones. And I've applied to a couple of them, and they not once have wanted to work with me. So I hated their last cup I tried, so part of me is scared to spend $40. I've even written them just to send me a free one, and they've never responded to me. So I kind of just, I don't know how I feel about Intimina, to be completely honest, just because I just hated their first one so much. I don't know if I want to waste more money on another one, if that makes sense. Otherwise, am I okay? Seems like a lot has been bothering you. I am. A lot of it, honestly, has been just not being able to share all this with you guys and other people in my life. I've just felt overweighed with just stress about it. I've also just been really busy. I mentioned this in my video tomorrow. I've been super busy. All of my kids' last days of schools are coming up. Kaya's is on Wednesday. Her preschool graduation is on Wednesday. My baby's gonna be in real school next year, which is crazy. Wyatt's last day of school is next week. So is Ava's. If you follow me on Snapchat, you know we have a ton of house projects we've been working on. I spent the last 2 days building my raised flower bed. Like, we just have so much stuff going on that I haven't had time to sit down, and then on top of that, not wanting to feel like I'm lying to you guys every time I turn on the camera has been hard on me, and it's just made me not excited about YouTube. So, yeah. So that's, yeah, nothing else going on. I'm really happy with how my life is. I love my husband, I love my kids, and we're all doing really well. What is my favorite sport? You know, that's a good thing to ask, because right now I've been playing a lot of sports, as you guys know. I've been playing soccer again, which has been amazing. Yes, you can still run around and get hit with a ball in the boobs and it doesn't affect you. I've been playing soccer. I really love soccer. I've been playing sand volleyball again this season, which has been fun. I do love gardening. That's been a lot of fun. I cycle with my husband. We have a 38-mile race, or not race, but ride coming up next month. I've been running. I have a 5K this weekend, a 10K next weekend. I did my half marathon 3 weeks ago. And I've been golfing. So out of all those things, I would say, honestly, volleyball's been the most fun lately. Sand volleyball, because I get to hang out with my friends and have a few beers and just kind of be a kid again. So that's been a lot of fun. So that's my favorite sport right now. Yes, join a team. It's a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying it. And as you guys know, that's like John's favorite sport. Nope, I am terrible at basketball. This Asian girl cannot play basketball. Like, not saying that to be racist, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I can't. Do you have any advice for girls starting their period for the first time? Don't be afraid. Ask for help. Ask for advice. Just don't be afraid. That would be my advice to you. I was so afraid and ashamed of my period for so long, and life is so much better when you're not hiding things, and life is so much better when you're not ashamed of things, and periods are one of those things. Same with your body, your nipples, your boobs, your acne, your greasy hair, your everything, crooked teeth, wrinkles. Life's just easier when you don't care. So my advice would just be to not care. Any more questions about the breast augmentation? Because that was supposed to be what this video was about. Yes, Nuna is very happy right now. I've been having a lot of play dates with people, so it's been good, and we're all settled in here again. Here's a question. Chris, you're such an ass. Dude, I'll totally play you and Sam, and I'll kick your asses. Just gonna say that. I got a soccer goal in our backyard now. Are you going to post this video after you're done with the stream? Yes, I will. I will. Hi, Sam. I will. You guys can ask Sam. I didn't even tell her for the first, like, couple months. That was a surprise to her, too. But, yeah, I missed you, too. Yeah. Whitney. No, I wasn't sad about making myself feel better. I was sad because I'm sad, right? I was sad at the beginning of this video because I had hidden it for so long. You know, I thought that hiding it would be the best thing for me, but in reality it just stressed me out even more, feeling like I was hiding this huge thing from everyone. So yeah, thank you, Jackson. I've been working really hard on that. I'm excited to do a video of showing you guys that, my garden in the back. So Sam, you're silly. Sam's actually look better than mine. I got an eyeful helping her into her dress. Sorry, Sam, I know it sounded bad, but hers actually looked better than mine. Will it be something to talk about with Wyatt? If he asks, I mean, I don't, you guys, if you met Wyatt, he could care less about stuff going on. So yeah, I don't think he'll ever care or ask, but yeah, there's that. How has my day been? So far, good. Thanks, or very well. Thank you. I'm about to, after this, go and have dinner with the family and work on some stuff outside and tell John that I just told the entire YouTube universe that I got my boobs done, even though I told him I would never tell anyone. Not that he wanted me not to, but I just kind of was like, don't tell anyone, John. This is something I don't want to tell people. So this will be fun for him to hear. But yeah, so if anybody else has any more questions, now's the time to say them, because I'm gonna go if not. So you have, what is my favorite sports bra brand? This is a hard one because I really love my Lululemon bras, and granted I can't speak to them pre-fake boobs, but they're the most comfortable sports bra I've ever owned. They're super expensive, but they hold up really well. Yeah. Do they feel natural? To me personally, no, but that's only because I can tell and feel them when they're moving around. But to John, he says yes. When did I get the surgery? 3 years ago. I already answered that. My Life by Julie. Thank you. It's so nice of you. Do you think a certain age is too young to think about getting it done? Yes. To be 100, well, no. I see, here's the thing. Your body is your body. It's not my body. I don't feel like I can tell someone you're too young, or you're too old, or you're too skinny, or you're too big, or you're too... It's not my place to tell somebody that. So I honestly cannot tell you what age is too young to get them done. All I can say is that I would wait, because your body is constantly changing and maturing and getting more beautiful naturally. Again, I had a lot of unnatural things done during the egg donation and during my endometriosis issues that changed my body. But I would just wait until your body's done changing before you get your boobs done. And that's just my own personal opinion. If you turn 18 and you feel like this is something that would really make you happy, not anybody else, but just you, then that's your prerogative and that's your business. That's not anybody else's. Let's see, somebody else asked a question. Not thinking about it, just wanted to see if there was a reason or regrets about anything. Nope, no regrets. Why did you have to do, what did you have to do for the egg donation? So for the egg donation, I had to be on basically the same drug cocktail as anybody else who's starting IVF to change my body and get it ready to produce more eggs than it naturally should produce. I then, during that, because I do have a pretty severe case of endometriosis, I had to be on Lupron, which, you know, can cause a whole other realm of side effects. And then after that, continue on Lupron for a while to keep my cramps in check, and then be back on Depo-Provera. So just a lot of injections and drugs that, you know, I didn't need to be taking if I wouldn't have done it. And yeah, just... You know, and if anybody has ever gone through IVF, it's the same, it's the first part of IVF, plus more Lupron because of my endometriosis. Yeah, so any other questions? We're at an hour and 1 minute, 2 minutes now. And I think Nuna's getting tired. I'm sweating like a pig. I shouldn't have worn a sweatshirt today. You're welcome. Thanks for asking the question. But yeah, so if go eat, I know I do need to eat. Yeah, we need to eat. You hungry? You don't go eat? You won't go outside? She's like, yes. But yeah, I think that's it. Do you regret doing the donation now? I don't. And I've said this to numerous people. You know, I made that video before the egg donation, and I said, no matter how my relationship ends up with, you know, that family, I did the donation to help somebody have something that they couldn't have on their own. I wanted to help somebody who needed something that I could give them. And I don't regret it one bit at all. You know, I just don't. So, no. I didn't. Ooh, London, what time is it there right now? I'm stalling. I'm like, I want to hang out more, but I really should eat. And my kids are probably like starving downstairs, eating gummy bears. Do I feel used? No, I don't know. No, I don't think so. No. If you go in, no. If you can't give someone something and have expectations of how they're going to treat you after. If you do that, then you're always going to be disappointed every single time. So I just feel like I did a really good thing, and that part of my life is done, and I can feel good about it, and now I'm here, and I'm healthy, and I'm happy, and yeah. Nuna's like, come on, like, seriously, could we, what do you want? You want to give me kisses? Kisses? No? Okay. Anyways. No, nothing happened to them. God, you guys are like turning this into a whole different video. Nothing happened to them. It was not a healthy relationship for me to be in anymore. So I decided to have my life and my family be apart from that. There's that. Anyways, yes, I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna let you guys go though. Thank you all for tuning in and for all the questions. And for being understanding and for No, I did not start feeling for the baby. See, this is the issue with you people. You want to dive into something that is not there. And it just drives me insane. Like, I can't ever just tell you something without you, like, running with it. It just take it for what it is. I felt uncomfortable in a situation, so I left it. And I felt like it was healthier for everyone involved. And I made that decision, and that's fine. That's just how it goes. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being so supportive, and I feel just a million times lighter right now. Like, I just feel, I feel so much lighter right now. So, yeah. Sam, I'll talk to you in a few minutes. I definitely will be FaceTiming you probably. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Bye. Thanks for watching. Say bye. Bye-bye. Bye. How do I turn this off? Sam, how do I turn this off? Oh, there it is. Bye. Okay, end.